Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 9:45 on the 2nd of January, the first video of 2024. When we put up last night, it was an idea from the tech man yesterday. He said, have you the things ready? I'll do it. So it was great because I went for... and by the way, thank you very much for all the nice comments. And I didn't answer them back until the afternoon today. I'll tell you why in a minute. I went for a couple of pints to a different town and came back, and I wanted to see a fella then about another thing that I'm doing next week, hopefully, and went for I looked around and I didn't see anyone drinking Guinness. That's not a good sign in a pub, usually, so I ordered a pint of Guinness anyway. It came and there was bubbles on it. Sure, I should have handed it back. It was good enough for me. Drank it, had another one. It was fine, or it seemed fine anyway. And I met, he approached me, Colin Finnegan from Ross's Point. He was in the bar with his partner, Elaine. She would have connections in the area. Her dad was from the area. She's from Liverpool. How do I know that? It's the way she said Mary. Everything, drawing it out. Scousers. Very nice couple. Colin was in Vancouver for the Christmas over to see his daughter, and they're married over there. I think they said they were over 8 years. House bought, so they're probably settling in over there. Colin was a good character, knows his horses and knows a song too. He can sing it, belt it out, so I don't think it's the last time I'll be meeting him. But I had a few more pints then, and what I hadn't ate, of course, before I went out. I had something small yesterday and meant to have the dinner, but had lasagna when I came home. I don't know, that was maybe one or half one, I guess. And I rumbled in the bed this morning about 5:15, and that taste in your mouth when you know you might be inclined to vomit. And I haven't vomited after a drink since... I think only once in my life before, and it was in the Galtymore in Cricklewood. I was over at a wedding when I was about 18, and there was a fella buying drinks, and he dosed me with Pernod and orange. I never drank Pernod before, or a vodka or any of that shit. Never did since either. So I drank 3 or 4 of them like I drink a drop orange. So the next thing I was looking down into the toilet, and I was sick at the small hospital. But I got up this morning about 5:15, and I said, I'll get a drop of water. And I said, I won't get sick, but I felt that the inside of my mouth, I was saying, Jesus, am I going to get sick? So as I was tipping up the hallway by the bathroom door, I said, I'll just get a drop out of the sink. And as I turned going in anyway, it was like as if the vomit in my stomach decided it seen the toilet bowl and it wanted to come up. So it was brief. I wasn't sick. I didn't feel very sick. But I was tired as a dog today then. I didn't get up, and that's why I didn't get back to the comments until the afternoon. I think I put up that horse this morning to about 9:15. I meant to do it at 8 o'clock because I had... I seen, what do you call it, there was a doubt about faking him because Brandisova, Bridie Frost was down to ride it. I tipped it up the last day and she didn't ride it, but that was called off anyway. So Judge Levin went over and done the business and done it very well on Ailey Rose. And for a horse that likes heavy ground, I was saying, why are they keeping it so wide? Because I thought she'd be tight by the rail. She loves it hock deep. But she won anyway. She was up in it. She was 5-2 last night and 9-4. There was a lot of money for it, went off 6-4, and I seen our old former horse that won for us a couple of times, Wacool. I thought coming to the last, both of them traded even money in running coming to the last, but we parked the bus at the last hurdle and the passengers duly roared it home. When we were talking about the bus, lots of new passengers: Sherman, Matthew, Jamie Howell, Adam Chance, Andy Small W, Mark Solis, Joe Martin, Brian O'Donnell, Brendan Finch, Paul Dempsey, Gabriel Flannery, Ral Official, Stephen Fagan, Claire Louise, Ronald Haney, Sean Troy, Frank Moore, Aidan Delahunty, and Noel Slattery. And Noel Slattery left a message there a while ago. I got a couple of emails from people today wondering how they could send money for the Christmas dinners. It's something I didn't ask for, but people, like last year either, and people are just saying, look, you do what you're doing and we want to do what we want to do. So I'll put my email address in the description tonight, and if you want to send it by PayPal, but there's no, I'm not asking for it, like, because, and by the way, Colin Finnegan gave me sterling last night. Thank you very much for that, Colin. I got Lee Burton today, and I might put up the names that sent money when I get time onto that video last night. So thanks very much. Also, when we were talking about it, I didn't send any 100 or 50 in December, so I'm going to send it back into the. I put that money towards the dinners and the bus and stuff. So I'll ask Paul Butler to nominate a charity for January in memory of his late wife, and I'll send €100, and I'll also be sending 50 to the Injured Jockeys Fund, and I'll see if that's still open for Graham Lee. They were getting money for him. If it is open, I'll also send a 50 to that as well. And I have a person in mind for February. We'll get to that when we do get to February. Anyway, thanks very much, everybody. Anyway, it's not that, but this. I was looking at Kempton there the last while, and there's a 3-year-old only race there. Now, it's not, these aren't all stairs by any stretch of the imagination. The top rated is 55. Like, this is basement stuff, but there was a horse that ran well the last time for someone that went off. Well, let's see what price he went off. That's in the 830, isn't it? I think it was a big price. 1 second now, I nearly have it. Yeah, he went off 14-1. Mamalouka, a big grey horse by Memaz out of a Delamy mare. Now, when a horse goes off 14-1 first time in a nursery, and it improved, as you can see, it was 16-1, 150-1 and 200-1. Only beat one horse home in them 3 races. It was at the back. Wins surgery then, 90-day break, comes back. I will just have a quick look at this. The grey horse on the rail as they come round the turn for home.
To do for Rising Force, and also at the back Danehill Star, because these leaders have got away a little bit. Very hard to steer is Maverick Style, giving Mamalouka a tough time, but all that happening in behind the leader. Battle of Baltimore, as now Al Jadel gets going on the wide outside. The grey picking up again Mamalouka. Mamalouka hampered a couple of times here, trying to thread the knot though. Al Jadel got first run on him though. Al Jadel wins it from Mamalouka. Looked really unlucky. In third place, Battle of Baltimore, and they were comfortably clear of Rising Force, who was never nearer than that at the line.
He was beaten half a length.
Al Jadel wins for Richard Hughes and Ethan Jones. I think that is a second career success for the winning rider. So congratulations to him. Gets the better of the grey Mamalouka, who perhaps was a little bit unfortunate.
He only went up a pound for that. He went up from 46 to 47. Now, you would have heard me saying before that when horses are unlucky, that sometimes they just stay unlucky, but it's the only one I could see. Now, you have Marco Botti there has won 000. You have another one, Brian Millman, 970. I don't know what's in the tank. So follow if there's money for them, it'll be, it'll suggest that they're well handicapped. But I thought it beat Rising Force the last day. It's 5-2, 11-4. You'll have a good shot at that in Kempton. Hopefully, it ran all right there. So, then we have the 7 o'clock. Why are we not? This is the horse that ran very well first time out. It was a 2-to-1 shot earlier there. There's a heap of money for him. His Engineer for Clive Cox. I had this picked out actually a few hours ago when I looked, and he was, the probable forecast market was, he was 5-to-1, but he opened up, I think, 9-to-4. But he ran well first time out at Kempton over 6 furlongs. Then he won in Wolverhampton, showed nice speed with off odds on. And then the last day he showed speed from the gate, but one of them was faster. That ain't it. Maybe this is it. Yeah, this is him here. Jim Crowley for Shadwell was out in front.
And it's still 3 or 4 lengths to the good here as they go towards the closing stages. Muckafar by about 4 or 5 to Engineer, who's just lugging a little bit in the closing stages. The rest haven't really got involved. Racing up towards the line. Muckafar just getting a little bit tired out in front now, but this race was won a long way out. Muckafar, the easy scorer, to Engineer in second. In third was Louis Bartat. Morning Suit has held on for 4 ahead of a fast finishing and eye-catching Not Afraid.
A blistering performance there from Muka, and looks a very smart type in the making for Kevin Phillips from those Shadwell Silks too. Seeing them all off with a plum there.
But he's drawn in 2. He has speed from the gate. Ross O'Ryan riding for Clive Cox. Looks to have a favourite's chance as well. Now, you know me, I don't like picking favourites, but I try to beat the favourite. But I can see Anton sort of like that, has the speed if he goes out tomorrow and does his thing the same as he did the last day. And there's one in the 7:30, but this will be when this ran in the final of the stayers final, that Liseo. Actually, Andalip was second in that, but Liseo for the Crisfords. Even though to the final of a thing, Jesus Christ, they didn't try too hard. That was behind Max Mayhem, and he closed like a train. Andalip was close by, the 16-to-1 and 10-to-1, but Andalip is 3 years older. I thought this one might have more in the locker, and what was he have with that race? That's him with the red hat here, back towards the back. Watch the way he finishes.
The outside of Wadeka Gomez, and these are now the here.
Liseo.
A finish deserving of the final as Max Mayhem comes home in front and sees off a blanket of horses very close for second place. Might well have gone to Andalip on the outside there of the Johnston Capital Theory.
A class 2.
For official confirmation on that, but Max Mayhem has left Mayhem in behind him. And it's like,
Man, you've an offside. That was a class 2. He's 5. Oh yeah, he was 4 that time. He's 5 now. There was a few of them, like Ross Coakley. There were 2 class 4 races and that class 6 that I just touched on tomorrow. There's money for that as well. He was 3s there with Bet365 earlier, he's into 94 now. Still 3s with the green bookie. Mile 2.5, nearly mile 3, same distance as before. It should suit that tomorrow if they get him into the race. Anyway, it's Tuesday and it's the day after Monday. And what happens on a Monday? We sing an old song. I might sing an old song tonight. Oh, the lambs were playing in the field and the tulips were in flower When I left the home I loved so well, I can never forget the hour. Before we were Atlantic's wave to a home in Tennessee, sure I left behind me the girl I loved, the Rose of Castlereagh. Oh, she may not have been a beauty queen, she might never have been a rose, but to me she is the fairest flower that in the garden grows. Although I am in America, across the Atlantic Sea, sure I'll always love my Roscommon girl, she's the Rose of Castlereagh. It's many's the night that I lie in bed, me thoughts upon thee go, to the lovely days when I walked me love on the road out by Knockrow. Her smiling face, her shining hair was a joy for all to see. 'Twas a cruel day that I went away from you and Castlereagh. I opened up the Roscommon Herald I just received today, for to read about my native town and my friends so far away. But the tears began to blind me as I glanced across page 3. Had a photo of her wedding day, was the Rose of Castlereagh. Oh, farewell to you, Roscommon, from Cloonfad to the Shannon shore. Farewell to Boyle and Fringe Park, I'll never see you nor. For the cotton fields near Memphis must remain for home to me. Sure I'll always love my Roscommon girl, she's the Rose of Castlereagh. Oh, she may not have been a beauty queen, she might never have been a rose, but to me she is the fairest flower that in the garden grows. Although I am in America, across the Atlantic Sea, sure I'll always love my Roscommon girl, she's the Rose of Castlereagh. He put a fellow on to me from Mayo, and he says she's the Yo of Castlereagh. Anyway, bash the bookies, over and out.